welcome to our channel again.
Welcome
and
again. Yeah.
and today we want to have a casual talk
Yes.
about our experience, our migration experience to Australia with all of you.
Yes.
So we want to talk a little bit. I got Joanna here and to share about her experience, and I share mine.
Yes.
And,
yes. I think people want to
yeah.
know, our background, why we are so passionate about helping people to achieve their Australian dream.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. You want
Why we love Australia.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, when you start first, we just have a casual talk here
Yeah,
today.
sure. So I actually I migrate twice.
Oh,
in my
okay.
entire life.
So may I ask where you originally from?
I came from China, and I migrated to UK when I was 18. About 18, 17-ish,
Were you study there or you migrated?
I just migrated with my parents.
Okay.
I migrated with my parents, and then I was just 18-ish.
Okay.
And so I lived there for more than 15 years before I migrated.
Is it in London?
I live in London, Birmingham.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Birmingham. So. And I only migrated, so a few years ago I decided, hey, it's a time to move on. So I came to Australia. I love Australia. I can see we have a brilliant system they don't have bureaucracies here. I can see that people are really servants to help our economy and our country. So I'm really privileged to be part of Australian community, and I'm privileged to help the Australian government attract talented people to come here to build our economy.
Okay.
So my experience is quite different because I migrated twice.
Okay. So you study in UK.
Actually,
were you a migration officer in UK when you were in UK?
Yeah. So before I migrated to Australia, doing this migration job for Australians, so people to come Australia. So I actually work in a law firm in Birmingham and. Birmingham helping of the UK visas,
Okay.
Business visas.
Okay. Visas. And then you decided to move on to, and why Australia? Why you choose Australia? Yeah.
Okay. So we have this kind of misconception in the UK. We all thought about Australia. It was a desert. I don't know.
Oh, really?
or either desert or someone wear slippers when they go out shopping, which is quite weird for us. Okay. Because in UK it's quite formal.
Yeah, it's like a big city and people are more dressed up.
Yeah, so they have and we watch TV session. They say UK or Australia, UK or Australia. I just feel these people. I don't know what they're doing here. But so I decided to pay a visit. Okay.
So you never been to Australia before?
No. Before I decided, I just paid visit. And oh wow, this is a modern city.
Okay, where did you visit?
And so I went to Sydney, of course, Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane. And I like Brisbane because
the weather.
Really close. Yeah, that's really awesome.
Our Sunshine State.
Yeah, and then it's really really great. Weather is of course a major issue we are thinking of here. But I instantly fell in love in Australia, and Australian people. I think they're really friendly. I can still feel like part of community, and the Australian government, local council. I had experience, lost my own bag, and I just contact. It's really really great and very efficient service in terms of government, because it's really important. We're working. Here, it's you don't see lots of bureaucracies here.
Okay. So when you came, what visa did you use to? What did you apply?
So I actually came on an e-visa visa.
What?
And visa, right? Okay. Like UK, you just apply online, it's free.
Okay.
So I came here on visa, and I just thought, hey, I like to get some job here, and I went to interview, of course. And I actually didn't settle the first time. I went back and start my own job in law firm. And then I came back for the second time for a job in a law firm in Australia. So that's how you started your journey here.
Okay, and you chose Brisbane.
I chose Brisbane because it's really, I like the way of you feel part of the community.
Okay, so living in a big city in London is such a big city like Hong Kong. Yeah, and compared to Brisbane, did you adapt it to the change, or you really enjoy it? Or
I really enjoy the way of, I can see, even I don't know people, I can smile to them. But in London it's quite busy, and you know the underground, everybody's just like going to, I don't know where they're going to fall. They just rush and then rush all the time.
Europe, and with the Brexit and Europe situation is you never know. You didn't know about it when you decided, but you think you can have a better life here.
Yes, I think it's really gut feeling when we say that. We are the best animal in the supply chain. We know things, okay? Even rats knows what's going on, right?
So how long have you been in Australia now?
Just 5 years, yeah.
Oh, okay.
5 years.
Yeah. All right. So obviously, it's
and I hope also become Australian permanent resident. Can you imagine?
how awesome is that? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how 1,000. I don't know.
Okay.
They run away with the PR and with a new family and settle.
Okay. So there are different reasons for people want to migrate. Obviously.
Yes, many.
Yeah. So let me talk about my story. Actually.
Yeah, sure.
I,
with us.
I shared on my Facebook page last week that 12th of May, it was our 32nd anniversary. Yeah, we were migrated here. We landed here on the 12th of May 1988.
Oh wow!
Yes, don't ask me how old. I was very little. Yeah, so I was very young. Yeah, and then I migrated to with my parents. I was in primary school when I first arrived, so I remember I didn't want to migrate.
You didn't? Why?
The reason is my grandma.
Oh.
My grandma came along because I had a very deep feeling with my grandma. I lived with my grandma.
Oh, cool.
And
Really
yeah,
close
I was
relation.
crying so badly when I left Hong Kong, I remember. But after I came here, I was like...
You forgot your grandma?
No, I did not. But now, after migrated here, you know, when you were a young kid, I think we easily adapt, especially at those times. But my English was okay. I didn't need to go to a special school. A lot of immigrants, if they don't speak good English, they have to go to some special school. Yeah. And my mom was actually a teacher aide in those special school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So now growing back, so I studied here. I grew up here until after I finished my uni. I decided. And I because I'm from Hong Kong originally.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and then
Did you go back?
It was quite funny. I thought I would never go back to Hong Kong because Hong Kong is so fast. It's so and I'm not used to that pace anymore because people think we are so laid back in Australia.
We are a little bit.
Yeah. So but I think it's my character. You know, when you're growing up, you don't know your character yet.
Yeah.
But I find I'm quite an exciting girl. I like big city, and then I moved to Sydney. I lived in Sydney and Melbourne as well before. So after I went to Sydney and work. I also went to Melbourne, work for some time, and then I moved back to Hong Kong during SARS. Yeah, 2003. So SARS in my memory is very, very powerful because that's the year I moved back to Hong Kong to work. Yeah, and but now it's 10 times worse, or maybe 100 times. Yeah. But that time in Hong Kong, I really enjoyed it, and I worked for a few years, and then my journey is a little bit complicated because I come back to Brisbane to study my MBA.
Right.
Yeah, for a few years, and then
I came back again.
Yeah, I have the options.
Okay, options.
Because you know
you can choose what you want to do.
Yeah, because I thought, okay, I kind of stuck in my career. I thought I'm not smart enough, so I thought,
we are very smart.
Yeah, at that time I thought I am not smart enough, so I thought I need to do further study. So I said, where's the best place to study? And for me, the best thing to do in Brisbane was studying. Secondly, I think the best thing if you want to start a family with kids because we're such a great environment.
Oh, it's so great. I mean, it's heaven.
Yeah. I know you have your kids, but unfortunately, I'm still single, so I don't have a family yet. Yeah. And thirdly, I thought the best thing to do here is retirement, which is what my parents are doing now.
Right.
Yeah. So this is in my own perception, what's the best thing to do in Brisbane. So when I thought I want to study, I came back to Australia.
Yes.
So I studied UQ, I did an intensive MBA course, and after I finished, graduated, I moved back to Sydney again and worked there for a year. Right. And then
so quite exciting kind of movement, you know.
I was like moving. I always relocating in my life. And then after 1 year in Sydney, I thought I still like Hong Kong better, so I decided to go back to Hong Kong in 2012. Yeah. So up until end of 2018, my parents' health wasn't as good. They're getting old. So I thought I need some time to spend, because I've been away from home for like over 10, 15 years. And coming back, I feel like, I have to rebuild all my community again. But slowly, I think Australia have changed a lot after like 8 years I left Brisbane. Coming back here, I see, I try to go and meet up, I look at things, and there are that's different networking.
That's how I met Vivian. Awesome.
Yeah.
We are really strong.
Yeah, we do good connections, and because the world has changed a lot in the last 8 years, compared when the time I left, internet, technology wasn't so advanced back in
So
back
very
then.
advanced, isn't it?
Yeah,
Very
so
advanced,
now the internet has changed a lot, and I now start to enjoy. I think after half a year, 8 months, I start to get back to the slower pace in Australia, adapting to it, and I have time, with my parents now, and then I really appreciate my parents make this decision 32 years ago. I want to say thank you to my parents because they gave me a choice. They gave me an option, and if without they make this decision 32 years ago,
you have no choice.
I have no choice.
It's
And
not
then
them.
I was getting a bit stressful in Hong Kong. Hong Kong can be very stressful. You pay high rent, and then
Very, very stressful.
yeah, and then I come back, and I think I think the government have very good benefits here as well. My mom didn't. My dad was working in a international firm that time, and then my mom was a primary school teacher.
Right.
So, and I asked mom, what
They actually have a good job there.
Yeah, they have a good job. And then I said, Mom, did you think about what you're gonna do when you first came here and move over? What your future? She said, I never considered that much.
Wow.
I don't think.
That's such courage.
And then now she think back. She said, if I consider that much, I will never make the move.
Yeah,
That's what she said.
Optical, but you have fear that
Yes.
you put too much
She said-
fears in for.
She said, I really never thought about what am I gonna do when I come here, and then we just thought about the future for you two, me and my sister. She mentioned.
That's really
Yeah.
important. I think
Yeah.
now lots of you watching, this, you
So-
must be parents, or
Yeah.
a majority of the clients they are parents.
I
And they
know
have
Hong
young-
Kong people have worked so hard. They're hardworking people. They're passionate with their job, and they love what they're doing because they spend like the last 10, 20 years building up their career and have a
Yes.
very, very successful career. But so
You're gonna think about something for your children.
For-
They'll
for
be
your-
blessed and then really thankful for you one day make the choice for them. Yeah.
that's right.
I think
Yes, and so now I'm blessed that my dad always like and chilling in the backyard during the lockdown.
All the time.
Yeah, and then I cook for my
I think
parents.
they just go to the coffee shop most time. I see them. It's
yeah.
how they so free all the time.
Yeah.
And
So
talking to
now,
old friends.
now they're really enjoying their retirement life,
Yeah.
and they said, it's none of my business now what's happening in Hong Kong. That's what my dad always said.
Choice. You
Yeah.
make choice and let yourself to have choice.
Yeah. So we are not rich, super rich, have a lot of money, and
What I would say in terms of rich, what we say this here.
okay.
Now we are really rich. I think we're really rich. I don't know how much money I have. We are extremely rich and spiritually as well, emotionally, spiritually.
Oh, that's important.
We are
Yeah.
really rich in a way, because I think freedom is really important. It's invaluable. You cannot determine how much it owns. Freedom of choice, freedom of speech.
Yeah, that's why
Freedom
I name my
when,
company
what?
Freedom of Choices, because this is what I believe in. We have freedom of
Of
choices.
choice. That's
yeah.
make this
When you're looking back now, although we're not regretting, and
never ever a single moment.
because
to regret this.
my parents sold the property in Hong Kong when we migrate to buy the houses here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're not super wealthy rich, And then one time I did regret.
So
I
think
talked
about
to my
money
parents. I said, "Oh, if we didn't migrate, that I think everybody went through that huge, how expensive the property now in
the
Hong Kong."
pricing, right?
Yeah.
Housing pricing.
So when we saw the housing pricing going up in Hong Kong, I said, "Oh, Mom and Dad, if you don't leave Hong Kong, our property will worth that much now. We'll be like, millions of air, yeah."
yeah.
But and then
So
my
what did they say?
my mom and dad said, "But do you have this kind of quality of life here in Hong Kong?"
That's so important.
Yeah,
Quality of life.
so you're holding to a property. Okay, maybe it worth so much, but you're still living there, right? If not making money, it's it's not a passive
It's
income.
really, really
So-
quality of life.
so,
What can this bring you
Of course,
to
we
you?
have a pretty good. Compared to now, we have a pretty good house in Hong Kong back then. Yeah, we have a over 1,000 square feet back then.
Yeah.
So now it's very expensive in Hong Kong, obviously, and we live in Home and Tin, so you can imagine how expensive that could be now. So looking back, you cannot say regret if we didn't do that, and then we would become that. But if we didn't migrate, I wouldn't have a choice to have my path coming back here.
I think
Yeah,
that's
and
really
then
important.
I also have one question asked my parents. I said, why didn't you choose Sydney when you migrated, and why didn't you choose Brisbane?
Yeah.
Because I thought Brisbane is actually quite laid back when we came 32 years ago.
I love Brisbane. Don't say that.
But now things
No,
have
I
changed.
love Brisbane,
But I
yeah.
have to say, I see the changes now since after 8 years I come. As I said, Brisbane have changed a lot this time I come back.
Yes.
The city itself, the technology itself, compared to because. Why I went to Sydney for work, because honestly I didn't see a lot of opportunity here when I first graduated. So that's why I moved to Sydney, and then I went back to Hong Kong. But now coming back here with the internet, now everybody works from home, so it doesn't matter where my office is
That's no
now.
difference now.
That doesn't matter
That's
where my
different
office is now, and I'm really enjoying it now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
you know.
For GTR, you can live anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. You have a choice to go anywhere, live anywhere. You can move around, and then
It's so great. I mean, so I don't. If I'm any of that person, I would
Yeah.
never want to miss this.
yeah.
Just have that PR in your pocket. You know, you
Yeah.
decide whatever you want to remove.
Yeah, because my parents chose Brisbane because they have friends here.
Oh,
Yeah, so I think friends influences as well. But never mind where you want to go, where you want to live. I mean, travel is so easy now.
It's really easy. It's
Yeah,
really easy
and
to-
then I think the most important thing is if you won't regret of making a decision now for your next generation, and they will thank you one day. I'm sure they will.
They will.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
for
you for
watching
watching.
us, and
Subscribe
yeah,
and like our channel.
yeah. I hope you like this video, and we will see you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.